religion teaches young men what we call rebellism, a place of where people can believe in God theoretically without accepting his standards. So I wouldn't say really church has failed, but religion
is what has failed.
Yes.
Thank you. There was an interjection here before we can.
Oh yeah, when we are talking about the youth, for instance, being on the street,
Yes.
it is not like there is no hope. It is not like when you look into the future, there is no hope. No. The point is, and that is what I said, and I want to attribute what is happening to the kind of presentation that I made before. That the reason why the youth and the young people are outside is because the government behaves in a manner that it wants to prepare a certain future which is in form of fantasy. It is preparing it for the youth. But the youth are saying, let us also take part in building and drafting this future that you are talking about. That we need to have very robust conversations as far as policies that touches the youth are concerned. So it's not like there is no hope. There is a lot of hope. That is the first point we should understand, that there is hope.
There is hope. Where is the problem?
But the problem is when there is no inclusivity and adequate public participation as far as the youth fraternity is concerned. For instance, a quick one. The youth form constitute in this country, we constitute over 70% of the population. And yet the government is doing things, speaking about issues of the youth, minor. Do you get the point?
Yes. It also means that the youth are so lazy, they don't want to go to public participations, they don't want to understand the constitution, so they don't read it, and then they want to be included in the government programs, but they are not aligning themselves in the places where the government can listen to them.
Just a quick one. There is no point. There is no point, and I want to stand with the youth.
Yes.
Because I'm a youth. I want to say this, and I want to condemn anybody who can think they can sit in a boardroom with age seniority ranging from 50 to 80 years, deliberating on issues of the youth without the youth.
But the youth are not taking their sense.
There is no way that can happen and should not be literally allowed to happen. Number two, the youth of this country are not lazy. Globally, today in terms of labor importation, Kenya is leading in Africa, followed by Nigeria and even Ghana and South Africa, because people outside this African continent believe in the Kenyan youth, that there is a lot of information. The workability rate and ratio of the Kenyan youth outshines 2/3 of the African continent. And so when it comes to issues of innovation and invention, the Kenyan youth, as we speak right now, we are leading. And in terms of digital embracement, we have embraced the digital transformation. And the percentage of the African youth working for the European nations, the 20% comes from Kenya. And that is to say, the Kenyan youth are aggressive, the Kenyan youth are innovative, the Kenyan youth are ready to be used to ensure that there is economical transformation. But there is a point when it comes to public participation, and that is where the problem is. I want to ask all of us here, how many of us, it cannot be a coincidence, how many of us participated in a public participation as far as the finance bill is concerned? How many? By show of hands? Zero. What does it then tell you? That the place of the youth in terms of public participation, there is a lot of bribing in this country, and I can point out a few areas whereby it is perceived that public participation took place and that the youth were present, and even allowances sometimes are signed.
But sir,
but in real sense, the youth are not there.
Just to add on that, there is the budget making process.
Yes.
And the budget making process gives room for public participation.
Yes.
And that one doesn't need anybody to, even the government. It can be done it is done in the national level, and it is also done in the county level.
Yes.
And these people, they are supposed the government cannot come for them in their homes. They cannot come for them in their various places. They are the ones that are supposed to follow to the government offices where the processes are done,
Yes.
to put their input there.
Yes.
But they don't do that. They sit at home,
Yes.
they wait for the finance bill to be prepared, and then when it is announced, they go to the streets.
Let me.
So
a
whose
quick
problem
one,
is that?
A quick one, eh? A quick one. There is a process of drafting a bill
Yes.
in this country, and for this case, the finance bill, right from the treasury to the parliamentary committee of finance, then to the parliament, then back to the same committee, then back to the parliament. Now we are proceeding with other stages. But I want to tell
the
you
process
this.
also involves the public.
I want to
at
tell
some
you
point.
this on the issue of public participation, and I want to be very specific and categorical. It cannot be a coincidence. All of us here seated did not get an opportunity to participate, yet we come from different wards of this great county. Then what does it mean then? If I'm representing 500 other youths, and you are representing 500 other youths, and you are representing 500 other youths, it means all these youths were not involved in what? And another point, we have gone digital. Let us not take ourselves backwards. We are not operating like our ancestors, and we must take